Tune in to Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad.
On the third day of the third cricket test between England and India at Lord's, England in their second innings were 2 without loss. England had to bat for just 1 over before the close of third day's play, and Crawley played all the 6 deliveries from Jasprit Bumrah, and he scored 2 runs and survived the over. Earlier, India resumed their first innings at the overnight score of 145 for the loss of 3 wickets, with Rahul batting on 53 along with Rishabh Pant, who's unbeaten, on 19. And they both put on 141 runs for the 4th wicket. Yes, Rahul 61 and Rishabh Pant contributed 74 in that partnership that took their total to 248 in this 66th over, when Rishabh Pant was run out by a direct throw from England captain Stokes. And he made 74 of 112 balls, hitting 8 fours and 2 sixes, and his strike rate was 66. Prior to that, he reached his 17th half century with a well-timed 6 over long on off the bowling of Stokes. This run-out was misjudgment from Rishabh Pant's part, as he ran immediately after dabbing ball in front of him, but Stokes anticipated, ran quickly from mid-wicket, pick up the ball in one action and throws it directly to the non-striker, where Rishabh Pant was short of crease. 6 runs later, his partner Rahul also departed. Yes, at exactly 100, reaching his 10th 100 and second of the series. He was out, caught by Brook off the bowling of Shoaib Bashir. Got a faint edge and into the first slip, where Harry Brook comfortably took the catch, and Rahul was out after scoring 100 of 117 balls, hitting 13-4. While the 6th wicket, another crucial partnership between Ravindra Jadeja and Nitesh Kumar Reddy, put on 72 of 165 balls. Ravindra Jadeja contributed 40 and Nitesh Kumar Reddy 30 runs in that partnership, and that partnership took India's total to 326. Where Nitesh Kumar Reddy was the 6th man to go in the 95th over, and he was out, caught by Smith off the bowling of Stokes, and he made 30 of 91 balls, hitting 4 fours. While the 7th wicket fell at 376, Ravindra Jadeja put on another 50 runs for the 8th wicket with Washington Sundar, and Ravindra Jadeja contributed 28 and Washington Sundar 20 runs in that partnership, which took India's total to 376, and Ravindra Jadeja, trying to flick down the leg side of the bowling of Vokes, got a faint edge, and Jamie Smith dived to his right and took a tumbling catch, and Ravindra Jadeja was out after scoring 72 of 131 balls, hitting 8 fours and 1 6 with a strike rate of 55. Then India lost their 8th wicket. Akashdeep, who hit a 6 off Jofra Archer, but was out after scoring 7 runs, caught by Harry Brooks off the bowling of Braden Cast. Yes, he was caught, tried to guide the ball, and Harry Brooks took a one-handed catch, a brilliant catch to dismiss Akashdeep for 7 runs. Then India lost their 9th wicket 2 runs later, and Jasprit Bumrah, chasing a ball outside the off stump from Chris Woke, got a faint edge, and Jamie Smith did the rest, and he was out without scoring. While the 10th and final wicket fell at 387, Jofra Archer sent the first slip fielder down the boundary line, where Washington Sundar, trying to pull from outside the off stump, got in top edge, and ball flew through to the boundary, where Harry Brooks took a comfortable catch, and Washington Sundar was out after scoring 23 of 76 balls, hitting 1 4 and 1 6. This is the 19th time in Test cricket where both the team in their first inning scored the same number of runs. So Rahul with 100 and Rishabh Pant with 74 and Ravindra Jadeja with 72, while Karun Nair 40 and Nitesh Kumar Reddy with 30 runs were the significant scorers. Looking at the England bowling attack, Chris Woakes 27 overs 5 maiden, 84 runs and 3 wicket. Jofra Archer 23.2 overs 6 maiden, 52 runs and 2 wicket. Braden Cast 24 overs 5 maiden, 88 runs and 1 wicket. Stokes 20 overs 4 maiden, 63 runs and 2 wicket. Shoaib Bashir 14.5 overs 2 maiden, 59 runs and 1 wicket, while Joe Root bowled 10.1 overs and gave away 35 runs without taking a wicket. In the end, England batted for just 1 over and they scored 2 runs. Zach Crawley faced the whole over and he scored 2 runs, while Ben Duckett remained unbeaten. England were two without loss. So the summary of the match: England in their first inning scored 387, and in reply, India also scored 387. None of the team took any advantage in their first inning, and in the second inning, England were two without loss. Crawley waits halfway out for his partner. There are laughs and chatter between the players. Moral victory shared. Anyway, England play out the final over where drama bubbled up, spilled a touch, but it's a proper second innings shootout more than the last match. Couldn't be more even. In fact, the day overall meandered, ebbed, and flowed. Call it what you will in both teams' favour. Rahul got 100. Pant got a 50. Archer was brilliant, Stokes was persistent, and his run out of punts was arguably the moment of the day. India's lower middle order strung partnership, but the tail fell cheaply. Yes, the summary is Rahul, Rishabh Pant, and Jadeja star as Lord Test turns into second innings shootout. Scores were level after first inning as India were bowled out for 387 with Rahul scoring 100. India were in the middle of careful, painstaking build, then they got distracted by something shiny and spent the rest of the day paying for it. Cricket may be a team sport, but the events leading up to the lunch on the third day at Lord's epitomize how much individual records matter, for better or worse. Rahul offered a sheepish look after his clattering of a short and wide delivery provided insufficient to beat deep point. So now he was on 98 instead of 101 and facing the prospect of nervous 40 minutes inside the change room. Rishabh Pant wanted to spare his teammate that trouble and went for a risky single. Ben Stokes pounced that moment, cleared the rest of the play on the third day, which ended with India drawing level with England's 387. There were 10 minutes left. England dragged their feet. Tempers began to flare. Shubman Gill had some choice words and sarcastic claps as Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett's delay tactics allowed for only one over until stumps. Three players earned the opportunity to take this game by the scruff of its neck. Jofra Archer summoned fire and brimstone during a 4 over spell right after lunch. Lords lived every ball, clapping him on as he ran in. Their oohs and ahs define the physics of a wide open space to create an echo. Ravindra Jadeja and Nitesh Kumar Reddy couldn't appreciate any of this. It was all they could do to survive. Archer unleashed at this ground is addiction. On a slow pitch with an old ball, he was generating an average speed of 150 kph. He had never bowled quicker in Test cricket. But England couldn't break through. It was feeling that they had to get used to on Saturday morning. Stokes didn't care for it. He had been functioning as less than himself over the last 2 years, his body coming in the way of his myth. The England captain used to be known as his ferocity with the ball in the hand. And now, after hamstring injury, it seems he will be able to carry on that persona. For 5 overs, Stokes bombarded India, 26 bouncers or back-of-length deliveries, many of them aimed at Pant, who was nursing his injured finger, which seems to have behaved itself except when Stokes was close and cranking his own pace up to 90 miles per hour. It was at the tail end of this little skirmish that India focus shifted from the team's need to an individual's, and Stokes could feel it happening. He was hyper alert to Pant trying to pinch a single to cover and help Rahul get his century before lunch. There was anger in the celebration of that run out itself, an homage of Stokes athleticism, as he swooped down on the ball, spun around, and completely a markedly more difficult direct hit at the bowler's hand. He brought his cap to his mouth, a trick used to prevent the cameras from catching what you are saying, as even as the rest of the team rallied around him and rose with him. Rahul set the rhythm of this match. He was partly the cause of England's frustration. He was the source of India's calm. He secured the 8th century on the tour, a new record. Repeatedly, he talks about the discrepancy between efforts and reward. And when he does so, it is tempting to extrapolate. He and learned that lesson the hardest way possible, obsessing about his lack of success and doubling down on his prep work in search for a change. At some point, though, Rahul realized he needed to let go, which is funny because one time in South Africa, he started speaking about how letting go of the ball was where his joy was. But by bit, his focus turned from scoring runs to just being the best batter he can be. Well, in this series, he has made 200 in 3 tests. He took time for himself, running practically all the way to the boundary as he completed a quick single and then looking up to the sky with closed eyes. Once again, it was tempting to imagine him looking back at all the struggle and telling him it was worth it.
Keep on watching Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad for latest news, views, and interviews of sports personalities from around the world.